As a preliminary matter, this is Brian Sullivan, the chair of the Affordable Housing Trust. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Dave Iverson.
Here.
Meg Browers.
Here.
Penny Dye.
Here.
Rima Sherry.
Here.
Chantal Murphy.
Here.
Brooke Moore.
Here.
Staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Tucker Holland.
Here.
Vicky Marsh.
Here.
Great. Anticipated speakers on the agenda, please respond in the affirmative. I don't know that we have any speakers, so I'm going to pass on that one. Good afternoon. This is an open meeting of the Affordable Housing Trust being conducted remotely pursuant of Chapter 20 of the Acts 2021, ensuring public access is not sure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comment. For this meeting, the Affordable Housing Trust is convening via video conference via the Zoom app as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and to take care not to screen share your computer. Anything you broadcast may be captured by the recording. All supporting materials that have been provided trust members of this body are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless noted otherwise. We'll turn to the first item on the agenda, but before I do so, please permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I'll introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comments, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Please remember to mute your phone or your computer when you're not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly in a way that generates accurate meeting minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If you wish to engage in conversation with other members, please do so through the chair, taking care to identify yourself. And after members have spoken, the chair will forward public comment to those members of the public that have joined the meeting via Zoom. Members of the public who wish to speak must state their names and be acknowledged through the chair. Finally, each vote taken during this meeting will be conducted by roll call. Okay. Now we'll move to the first item on the agenda. Forgive me, I need to pull up the agenda.
I can help. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Dave by roll call. Dave Iverson.
Aye.
Meg Browers.
Aye.
Penny Dye.
Aye.
Rima Sherry.
Aye.
Chantal Murphy.
Aye.
I think I heard
Aye.
aye. Yeah. Brooke Moore is an aye and Brian Sullivan's an aye. The second item on the agenda, Penny, if you can help me.
Yeah, well, we're going to actually skip over the approval of the minutes, or do we have those? I don't recall seeing them.
I don't either. So we'll move past that.
Push that to the next meeting. Yeah. Yep, we're going to not take that up today.
Correct. So if we move to the next item on the agenda,
Public comment?
the only member of the public I see, Robert J. Little, if you have any comments or questions.
No, thank you, Brian. Simply here to listen to your melodic voices and wisdom.
I hope we have some today. Thank you, Robert. So I'll close public comment and we move to the next item on the agenda.
CFAP application for Mosey, 69 Cato Lane.
Tucker, do you want to lead with that or identify any?
Didn't we do that last week? Did that get
I thought we
carried forward?
did.
That is possibly a leftover in the
Yeah.
agenda here.
Yeah.
We did it last week,
Okay,
last meeting. Yep.
you're more efficient than ever.
Yeah. Okay, great. So that's no new attention on that. So we'll move past item 5 to item 6, ratification of Brooke as vice chair until next election. Can somebody lead me through the technical aspect of the statement of what we're doing here?
Well, Vicky may have a thought or two, but in short, as you all will recall, Brooke has been serving as the vice chair of the group. There was basically like a 3-hour period where she had resigned her open seat, but then was appointed as a select board representative. And somewhat related to the next item, she has perform duties as the vice chair of the group. And so we simply wanted to, ratify her continued role in that, continued
Authority?
continued authority in that role. Thank you. That's the word I was searching for. Until the election, which will take place at our regular July meeting.
Great. Vicky, can you identify a motion for us on this?
So I guess I would say that you move to ratify and confirm the execution of the discharge of the mortgage.
I think
That's
we
the
need-
next item.
Oh, I'm
That's a good
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So I'm jumping ahead. I mean,
We love the efficiency.
We're
Thank you.
super efficient today. Yeah.
please excuse, I'm like in brain fog right now. So we're ratifying and confirming that Brooke is going to continue her duties as vice chair until such time as the new election for a vice chair at your next meeting in July.
Great. Thank you, Vicky. May I have
I'll
a
make
member?
I'll make the motion.
Penny will make that motion.
I'll second.
Second from Dave by roll call. Dave Iverson,
Aye.
Meg Browers,
Aye.
Penny Dye,
Aye.
Rima Sherry,
Aye.
Chantal Murphy,
Aye.
Brooke Moore,
Aye.
and Brian Sullivan's an aye. Now, Vicky will ask you to identify the motion for the.
So we move to ratify and confirm the execution of the discharge of mortgage, which was executed by the vice chair, Brooke Moore, at the meeting that was previously, I don't know the meeting date that it was held, but we can say at the prior meeting. So that would be the motion.
For 48A Macy's.
Right.
Lane. Yeah. Or 43A, excuse me.
Great. Can I have a member make that motion?
I'll go ahead and make that motion.
Thank you, Penny. And I think I heard Dave second it. So by roll call, Dave Iverson,
Aye.
Meg Browers,
Aye.
Penny Dye,
Aye.
Rima Sherry,
Aye.
Chantal Murphy,
Aye.
and Brooke Moore.
Aye.
And Brian Sullivan's an aye. Do you have more news on the housing update in the staff position for us, Tucker? I think this might be a leftover or.
No, I mean, this was intentionally included. We believe that we're going to be moving into the new offices around August 1st. Just kind of a heads up on that. And we also are pleased to report that we have hired a new person in the housing and real estate office manager role, and they will be starting on July 13th. We look forward to introducing you all to her.
Great, thank you. We'll close item 8. and
Okay,
move
wait.
to- Oh, wait,
Excuse-
Shanta, I saw your hand go up.
This is embarrassing. I don't know the names of streets in all the years I've lived here. I know my street. Where is Chestnut Street?
So Shanta, our new office is located immediately next door to your office.
Oh, stop it. So
That is embarrassing.
It's funny,
Wow.
I've never known the name of that little street. I call
Right.
it the old Sushi Bayoshi Street.
Right. Well, that's the street. Well, that's how we'll refer to it.
You're looking out at Chestnut Street, out your window
Okay.
right now.
Better known as Gemelli.
There we go. Thank you.
Excuse
Penny?
me, Brian
Yeah,
Sullivan.
Penny.
Before we move to the next thing, I need to recuse. I'm going to get off and I guess hop back on.
Okay,
I
do we have-
I can text you, Penny.
That's good. All right, I'll adios. And see you in a
Adios.
bit.
Okay, so the next item is request for approval of the purchase and sale agreement. between Mary Ann Stanton, James Griffin, trustees of the Somerset Nominee Trust, to the Town of Nantucket Affordable Housing Trust Fund for the purchase of 14 Somerset Road, shown as Lot 4 on plan, of land entitled being subdivision of Lot 2 and Lot 3 shown on plan book 19, page 144, plan of land Nantucket, dated December 6th, 2010, prepared by Nantucket surveyors and recorded with Nantucket Registry of Deeds. I'll open that, I guess, to Vicky for any comments or presentation on the purchase and sale agreement.
Sure. So as you said, this is a purchase and sale agreement for the trust to purchase the property at 14 Somerset Road. And the purchase price is $1,795,000. We're supposed to close as of August 9th presently. The property is going to be used for, must be used for residential purposes. There are still some restrictions that need to be worked out on the property between the seller and the town and the trust. But we have included a provision in there that the restrictions obviously must be acceptable to the trust, but also that any building restrictions will not prevent the trust from creating a covenant lot on this property if they so desire. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Anybody? Brooke, go ahead.
Vicky, there is a current lease, right? They're tenants, and I think I read that we're protecting that lease. It
Correct.
only goes through September of this year, though, correct?
Correct. Right.
Okay.
So, you know, we're acquiring this property subject to that lease, and then it's for the town or the trust to negotiate a new lease with the tenants that are there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Any questions from other members? Dave, I have one question for you, I guess maybe via Vicky and to Dave as a planning board member. Vicky, you mentioned the ability that there were some restrictions to be worked out. And if I understand, originally there was no further subdivision, but Dave, the planning board doesn't look at covenant lot subdivision as a restriction against subdivision.
No, I can't tell you that for sure. I mean, we don't really look at that as a subdivision, a covenant lot. So I can go to planning and go to the powers that be and ask them, but I don't think it precludes it from a covenant being created.
So this lot is that the trust is acquiring is an A&R lot. It's not going to be part of the subdivision that's created, you know, for the way Bittersweet Lane. So it's got its access right off of the main road there.
Right,
so
right.
And this, you know, I talked to Andrew Vorse about this, and so he said that he would. It still has to be a subdivision of the lot, but it's not going to be in order to be able to create the covenant lot. But the way that we've drafted these restrictions is that whatever restrictions, building restrictions further than what they've come up with, are not going to prevent us from being able to create that lot. So, you know, if you decide at a later date that that's what you want to do, we will be able to, you know, this restriction is not going to prevent you from doing that.
Awesome. Thanks, Vicky.
Okay.
I do see a member of the public with their hand up, but I want to work through the board before I go there. Any other board questions? Seeing none, I will go. Jason, you have your hand up.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Just you guys mentioned the covenant lot, but I'm just hoping you can clarify one. This is a 3+ acre lot, I believe, if that's correct. And two, can you talk a little bit more about sort of the plans for developing this? Will it be, you know, what type of affordable housing would be envisioned here? Is it home ownership, rental, how, the scale of what would be developed there?
Can I just, Mr. Chair, if I could just respond and correct me. This lot is a 31,717 square foot lot. The entire subdivision was a larger, more than 3 acres. So I just want to clarify the size of this lot.
I missed that. So how much land is being acquired?
Less than
It's-
an acre.
Less
Yeah.
than.
Yeah. If I may, Brian? We just lost our chair. Hold on.
He might have dropped off.
Yeah. He was frozen. So I'll step in at the moment. To clarify, Jason, the GIS map is not updated. And so it's a little confusing when you go on to the GIS map. It looks, I made the same mistake. It looked like a much larger parcel.
And Jason, this is Ken Bogrand. The property is being subdivided with an A&R plan, and the property that is being involved is only a little bit over 31,000 square feet, and it's a separate parcel from the back portion of the property.
You back, Brian?
I am. I apologize. I think maybe Ken just filled in the lot size and the comment.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool.
But just going back to the question in terms of what's being envisioned here for the purposes of the Affordable Housing Trust for development.
Well, this is a parcel that could lend itself to actually both rental and ownership. So it's the long-term plan is ultimately, still in development, but we see like several different options, and it fits with the scattered site approach to how we're trying to think about all of the housing that we're doing to address the year-round community, be it rental or home ownership.
And Jason, currently the property has a 3 or 4 bedroom house on it that is in fact rented to year-rounders with leases that will be honored at the time of the acquisition of the property.
And then Brooke, did you have a comment that you wanted to share?
Well, I just thought I'd share in general that our some of our decision making in terms of acquiring parcels, that we don't necessarily have a definitive plan when we acquire a parcel. We see how it fits in the overall puzzle of Chapter 40B safe harbor management, rental and home ownership opportunities, which we're moving more into looking at opportunities for home ownership as we've focused more on rentals in the last several projects that we've been working on. So it's part of a more complex puzzle that we're putting together, Jason. And we'll sort of assess the reason we're protecting the covenant is because we like to work within existing zoning, which would not allow a subdivision of this property. However, protecting the right to do a covenant would allow separate home ownership on this lot like any other covenant property. So it's sort of part of the general mix of how we're putting the whole puzzle together. So stay tuned.
Also note that this falls very much in line of what neighborhood first concept.
This is an oversized parcel for that location, lending itself toward the covenant opportunity.
Okay, with that, any other questions, comments, review? All right, so I'm looking for a motion for as written in the requested approval of the execution of the purchase and sale agreement, and then authorization for signature. Is there anyone to make that motion? Brooke, thank you.
I'm happy to move that we approve and execute the acceptance of deed Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong item.
Purchase and sale.
Approval and execution of the purchase and sale agreement as outlined in the agenda, and authorize the chair or vice chair to execute. Is that, or do we
There's
all
no
have to do it this time, Vicky?
So just, I mean, no, you could just have one if it's not convenient for all of you to be there. So,
Okay.
to sign.
So-
So if you want to just have Brian as the chair sign,
Well, can they do it, authorize the chair or the vice chair?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, so that depending on scheduling and so forth. So to authorize either the chair or vice chair to execute the documents.
Any discussion on the motion? Looking for a second?
Second.
Second from Rima. She beat you to it, Dave. Roll call, Dave Iverson,
Aye.
Meg Bowers. Can't hear you, Meg.
Muted.
Aye, sorry.
No problem. Thank you. Rima Sherry,
Aye.
Chantal Murphy,
Aye.
Brooke Moore,
Aye.
and Brian Sullivan's and I. Okay, so moving to item 10. Request for approval of execution of a deed from Elizabeth Kassan Bisbee and Laura J. Wolf to the Town of Nantucket Affordable Housing Trust Fund for Unit A, 830 acres condominium created by Master Deed dated February 27, 2010, recorded with the Nantucket County of Registry of Deeds and Book 1232, page 211, shown on site plan. And unit plans recorded with said deeds on plan 2010-24, settlement statement, and any other closing documents subject to the approval by town council, and to authorize the chair or vice chair to execute the acceptance of the deed, settlement statement, or any other closing documents. Okay, with that, are there any questions or presentation from Vicky on where we are on this one?
Sure.
Shanta, I see your hand up. Are you about to recuse?
Yes.
Do you want to drop off and then we'll text you to come back in?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. We still have enough members, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're good. Vicky, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this transaction is actually the purchase of Unit A at the 830 Lane, 30 Acres Lane condominium. And this is for a purchase of $825,000 from the sellers. And this condominium unit has a 25% interest in the condominium. It's 4 units that are located on a lot 5 off of 30 Acres Lane. And this lot is actually also in a subdivision that's created. So there are fees that will be due to the subdivision trust, as well as to the condominium association. Excuse me. The unit also comes with 1,317 square feet of exclusive land that's shown on the site plan for this condominium. And there are parking spaces as well. And this is due to close tomorrow. And there is also an acceptance of deed. So there's a deed and there's an acceptance of deed, which I will ask you to execute if you approve and accept this deed. And then there is a settlement statement which shows the various closing costs. I have recently sent it to Tucker, so I'm hoping that you've received it. I just got the final version not too long ago. But the final amount that's going to go to the seller will be $784,386.54, of which they've already received. They already had a deposit of $41,250. There's no mortgage on the property. I think that's about it. Is there any questions that you have?
Looking to the board? Seeing none. Oh, wait, Meg.
I'm just trying to get my bearings here, but just for clarity purposes. So for the last property that you were looking at, you are purchasing that property and you have year-round tenants that you're going to extend the lease for. And I'm curious about this property. Do you have year-round tenants? Are you going to extend their lease, or is it a different scenario?
This is vacant right now.
Vacant.
Okay, thumbs up from Meg. Any other comments, questions? Okay, Jason, member of the public with a question. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, just sort of the same question as the last one, just sort of generally what the plan is for this property and how it would be fit into the puzzle that Brooke was talking about and what you guys envision happening here.
Do you want me to answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, similarly, I mean, this is I think the board felt a good opportunity that was presented to us. They came to us directly, hoping that it might serve year-round use. And so in the short term, it will be rented out, within any income restrictions associated with the funding sources for the acquisition. In the longer term, again, it's not, the plan isn't necessarily written in stone at this point. It could continue to serve as a year-round rental. It could possibly be turned into a year-round homeownership opportunity. It again is a scattered site location relative to other things that we're doing. And we felt, given the market conditions, the condition of the property itself, which is quite good, we felt this was a good opportunity.
Thank you, Tucker. One thing I do want to note is that both of these properties did come to the trust independent of going on to the market.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate both of these owners giving the trust the opportunity to look at, review. And so I hope that this is a trend that happens in the community, that the trust gets to see properties without the pressure of the open market. Meg?
How do you go about communicating that to the public?
I just did. Hopefully Jason runs with that and
Right.
But we'll see. He'll choose to identify what he wants to.
Jason, just in case you missed it, I wanted to repeat it again.
Penny?
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody, in the past, we have reached out through social media and our website, and we've made an overt effort to contact people who any of us can think of that may be interested, that may have an appropriate property.
And at one point, Meg, just so you understand, let's see, it must be 14 months ago, I believe, we issued an RFP asking for people to put forward properties. And at that time, we had very few, if it was, I think two, I think there were two, but then they were disqualified for some reason anyhow.
There were two, and one had to do with condition, and
the other was to be constructed. And
yeah,
it's nice that we're starting to see flow between the family at White Street, who was willing to do the bargain sale, came to us directly. We've seen other opportunities here, so it's great. Brooke, did you want to make a comment? I saw your hand go up.
I was just going to reiterate that this is a change in the community for Meg and Jason, that the awareness of our work, the awareness of the depth of the crisis is inspiring people who are selling to present opportunities to the trust out of the market. And it bears repeating, because the more word gets out that that's happening, the more it's happening. So it is starting to build some momentum, which is amazing. And frankly, on Nantucket, a lot of times word of mouth is the best way to get things out, as well as our friends in the media.
Tucker?
I really appreciate you saying what you said, Brian, and for appreciate Meg asking the question. And I just wanted to point out that not only did these folks come to us before putting it on the open market, they came with the understanding that it takes this body as a public body a little bit of time in order to get everything together to make something happen. So, sometimes we do get someone who approaches us and says, hey, I'm thinking, I want to sell it. I'd love for it to be for year round, but I need an answer by Monday morning. And we, even though we might like to, we just can't operate on the same sort of free market timeline. So we really appreciate people thinking of us, and also factoring in that it takes a little time for things to get through the town government process.
Thank you, Tucker. Penny?
I just want to add to that, the genesis in at least one case here was they had existing tenants that were year-round who are in town, are employees of the town, and they wanted to see a way to make it work mutually in order to keep them there. So that was their motivation originally.
Okay, so with that, I'll come back to, we're still looking for a request of the approval of the acceptance of the deed, and I need a motion from a member. Or does Vicky want to make a motion on behalf of a trust member who can then endorse it?
I could do that if you'd like.
Please, Vicky, thank you.
So move to vote to approve and execute the acceptance of deed for Unit A, 830 in the 830 Lane, the 830 Acres Lane condominium, and to execute the settlement statement for the closing, and to authorize the chair or vice chair to execute the settlement statement on behalf of the trust.
Thank you, Vicky. That's a motion from Dave Iverson and second from Rima Sherry. By roll call, Dave Iverson.
Aye.
Meg Browers.
Aye.
Rima Sherry.
Aye.
Brooke Moore.
Aye.
Penny Dye.
Aye.
And Brian Sullivan's an aye. Closing item 10, move to 11, other business, upcoming meetings, Select Board State of Housing Workshop on Tuesday, July 19th at 4 p.m.
Gonna bring Chantal back in?
Please.
I have a question, Brian.
Yes, Penny.
Is the workshop going to be remote?
Tucker? You're on mute.
It will be a virtual meeting, so Zoom format.
Thank you.
Great, and you'll post that, so if we...
Yeah, Erica will be posting it. Yes, I will post our own meeting, correct.
Great. Thank you. Okay, next regular meeting, Tuesday, July 26th at 12:30. Hopefully that works for everybody. We'll post that. We'll move on to board comments, item 12. I see nobody raising a hand to make a comment. I'll close board comments. Item, let's see, 13, executive session. Can I have someone make a motion for executive session?
I'll do it if you want.
Please, your mic is on.
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn this regular meeting, not to return for the purpose of going into executive session to consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property where an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the negotiating position of the public body.
And so the motion made by Penny, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Dave, by roll call, Dave Iverson.
Aye.
Meg Browers.
Aye.
Rima Sherry.
Aye.
Brooke Moore.
Aye.
Penny Dye.
Aye.
Brian Sullivan's an aye. I didn't see Chantal come back in. Okay, so go ahead, Tucker. I see you, Penny.
Just Meg, can you send me an email so I can send you the link to the executive session?
Yes, I'll do that right now. Your email's on the agenda?
My email should be on the agenda. It's simply tholland@nantucket-ma.gov.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
Thank you.
Send it to me.
Penny's, yeah, I think we're
We all need it. I don't recall receiving it.
Oh, okay.
I get it.
Sorry. I will send you all something momentarily.
Great.
Thank you.
Chantal, we're
Thank
going to
you.
jump out of this one. We have closed this not to return to reopen in executive session. So Tucker is going to send an email because none of us have the link. So it's on its way. All right, great. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
In a
you.
minute.